This video is brought to you by Cracks Only. Check out the link in the video description below to get to their website and check out their latest products. Trust me, you do not want to miss them.
What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back to another edition of the Transfer View. We are back. We are here. We are chatting all things Manchester United. We're chatting all things transfers. Transfers? What are they at Manchester United? Now, we've got plenty to discuss this morning. We're going to be talking about exits. And as has really been the case throughout all of January, I suppose, we're going to be chatting about exits possibly for the summer, strategy for the summer when it comes to some possible Saudi exits, particularly with one Jadon Sancho. Ooh. With one Casemiro. With one Antony dos Santos. Oh, these different reactions to different people. We're going to also be talking about a possible swap deal involving Wan-Bissaka and Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan. Yeah, interesting one. I don't believe it either, but we're going to be chatting about that. And we're going to be chatting about anything else that comes up in the world of Manchester United as we anticipate the return of football. You kind of forget that there's a match going to be happening this weekend. FA Cup half returneth, Manchester United half returneth, and we're going to be building up to that as well. But there's plenty to get into, so be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Flex is going to be with me this morning. He's just a little bit late, got an appointment, so he's going to be a little bit late, but he's going to be in about 5 minutes as well. See what everyone's saying here in the chat. Oh, also, actually, before I get to the chat, before I forget, because I'm one of those people that forgets things very fast. We're also going to have a clip from yesterday's brand new episode of UV Raw this morning. Now, if you don't know what UV Raw is, it's exclusive for members only. I'm a man of my word. I keep my promises, or at least I try to. And I promised yesterday for all of the new members, been so many new members, that there'll be a new episode of UV Raw. And there was last night, the Flex Mackerel Incident. Yes, it debuted to much fanfare. You're going to get a clip from that this morning. I can't actually show the macro instance. It's got so much swearing in it. But we're going to have a clip from that episode of UV Raw as well. So big up to everyone in the chat. See what everyone is saying. Shiva says, LOL transfers. I know. Lloyda says, hope your internet is sorted. Well, isn't that... I mean, when I go off on the tangents about the internet, sometimes the comments get very angry because they say, Owen, talk about transfers, talk about Man United stuff. We're not here to listen to you talk about your internet woes. Virgin Media, they lied. They lied to me. They said that it would be fixed yesterday, 9 a.m. I got a text message, 8:45. That today's looking kind of like tomorrow. And it's kind of looking at 1:15 in the afternoon. Can't stand a liar. Yeah, can't stand a liar. Virgin Media, you're a disgrace. You're a cheat. So that's why we're in this today. It's because this, yeah. Because I need this again in the chat. we need this in the chat as well. So yes. What else are people saying in the chat? CH says Flex is a disgrace for that mackerel. Yeah, if you watch that latest episode of UV Raw, I assumed, and maybe when he comes in, he'll try and explain himself, but I had assumed it's kind of common courtesy, isn't it? If you're in a sort of a workplace, if you're in a communal area, communal kitchen, and you've got a communal microwave, you don't heat up mackerel. You don't heat up fish. That's just, as I say in the episode, it's aggressive. It's a very aggressive kind of trying to assert your dominance kind of move. And it's awful. The behavior is awful, and it's not even. And it's just one crazy thing that happened in that episode as well, which we'll get to shortly as well. As Lilio says, Eddie Guerrero, I lied, yeah, and Lilio's also got the fingers crossed, guys, yeah, fingers crossed. But MAK is pushing back, saying justice for Flex. If you don't like fish, grow up. I don't think it's the case. I like fish. And I think everyone in that kitchen at that time likes fish. But the smell is quite overbearing and overpowering, isn't it? I think everyone would agree that no one wants to walk into a fishy kitchen. You know, that's you know, that it's just a bit much. You know, it's a bit much, isn't it? Speaking of which, Sway is the latest member of the UV Members Club as well. So big up to you. You can go watch the latest episode of your UV Raw as well. And as Tabaslow says, let's get to 100 likes, take off your shoes. Indeed, let's talk about some transfer news as well, because that's why we're here. Let's start off by talking about possible Saudi exits in the summer, particularly for 3 Manchester United players. Now, this report comes from the Evening Standard. Nazar Kinsella has said that Jadon Sancho and Antony have been offered to clubs in the Saudi Pro League. Manchester United want around £50 million each for Sancho and Antony. Hope the Jadon Sancho's transfer to Dortmund. Man United hope that Jadon Sancho's transfer to Dortmund on loan will recover some of his value and attract further interest ahead of the summer, which is why there is no buy option on that deal at the moment, because the hope is he goes there, he does really well. Because he does well, he comes back, and then suddenly clubs across Europe in a summer window, which they're more inclined to spend bigger money than in a winter window, go, hey, Jadon Sancho is really good again. Let's spend money on Jadon Sancho. Let's buy him for at least a bit of a premium. But it's not just Sancho and Antony. In addition, they say that Casemiro is the player most wanted by Saudi clubs. Manchester United are inclined to sell the midfielder for the right price. Now, this is when it goes back to, you know, what we've been saying a lot recently, you know, with Omar Barada now going in and the wait for Sir Jim Ratcliffe's acquisition of 20. What's the actual percentage? It's a smidge higher than 25, isn't it? Is it 27? Something like that, I think. 27%, around that percentage. While we wait for that to be ratified, is everyone's looking towards the summer. And this is why I say it's quite funny that the show is the transfer view, and we're talking about transfers and United. And this is why I think, and we'll get to this a bit later on when there's that story about the swap deal involving Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Denzel Dumfries, is that it's very clear, isn't it? We ain't doing anything in January. The most that Man United will do is a loan deal. In terms of incomings, is a loan deal. Obviously, we're getting rid of as many players on loan that we can, or possibly trying to set up positions for the summer. So, you know, like your Hannibals or Facundo's seemingly going to go out on loan as well. I think Dan Gore's going to go to Port Vale. We've seen Hugo go to Burton. Donny's gone to Frankfurt. Like, we're setting things up, aren't we? We're setting things up for the summer in that respect. Or those sort of more periphery fringe players are going out on loan as well now. But nothing really big and significant is going to happen in this window because we've got no money. And it was Kieran Maguire, it was actually, who's a football finance expert, posted something on social media the other day, which I took the pictures from. And it just kind of sums up Manchester United's sort of financial state at the moment, because so often I talk about FFP and all this kind of stuff. And I think people sort of roll their eyes and go, oh, no, these are just excuses for why Manchester United can't spend. But it's true. For instance, Manchester United, and these are actual facts and figures, come from Kieran Maguire. Manchester United currently owe £364 million in transfer installments. Now, you may say, well, Owen, what's that in comparison to the rest of the league? In comparison to the rest of the Premier League, we're top. It's the only thing we're top in, you know, in comparison to the rest of the Premier League. But we're top in terms of Premier League transfer payables, in terms of outgoings, right? Top of that, it's a buy now, pay later approach. It's Glazonomics. It's why Manchester United are walking a financial fair play tightrope. Now, when I posted that, I got quite a bit of pushback from some people, giving it when they're saying, no, that's just how it works. You know, that's not Glazonomics. That's how football works. All the clubs do this. All the clubs do buy now, pay later. It's not that much of a big deal because most clubs, they've got the money incoming as well. It balances out. When you compare it to any other club in the Premier League, I mentioned there the amount of money that we owe, £364 million in transfer installments, top of the league with that. When it comes to how much we're owed from player sales, to kind of cancel that out, we're owed just £60 million in installments from player sales. That's it. So to cancel out that £364 million, we've just got 60 coming in. So we're £304 million still in transfer installments. In comparison, even if we were to take away that £60 million that we're owed, we'd still be top of the league for Premier League transfer payables in pounds, in millions of pounds. The closest to us is Spurs on £252 million. That's how far in front we are when it comes to that. And that is why we struggle when it comes to FFP. And it's remarkable. And this is something Flex brought up the other day. This is why the conversation's always been that Manchester United never needed a sugar daddy, if you will, because despite how just awfully we have recruited, despite how terribly we have overpaid and undersold in the past, Manchester United, because of their revenue streams, have been able to spend huge quantities of money in transfer windows. And I think someone brought it up to me the other day, and this is true as well, saying that that is awful to look at. It's terrible to look at. But if you were like top of the league, not that it would be justifiable, but you go, well, yeah, but it's worked, isn't it? I mean, you've won Premier League titles and you've won Champions Leagues, and I don't know how sustainable that is, but hey, it's not bad going. But it's not. Where are we in the Premier League? 7th, 8th? We haven't won a league title in a decade. So going back, and this is sort of my long-winded point about these Saudi exits, this is why the coming summer is going to be so fascinating, because we're used to United spending big and overspending in transfer windows. We're not used to selling. We're not used to getting good money through the door. We're not used to that at all. And it's going to be fascinating to see how INEOS do that. I should really have my soundboard plugged in. But I don't. I don't have it plugged in. But Nubian Pharaoh he's done it again. Lee Judge's territory. He's done it again. Nubian Pharaoh. Good morning. Keep up the good morning to you, Nubian Pharaoh. Yeah. Keep up the good work with you. Okay. Minority owner. As we said, UV's been doing a lot of recruitment recently. You know, we've been restructuring. We've been following the INEOS model. You know, we got Nubian Pharaoh, who's now, I mean, what title do you want, Nubian Pharaoh? Do you want minority owner? Do you want sporting director? Tabaslo's head of recruitment as well, with all of the members who recruited the other day, with a sort of bunch of different scouts bringing it as well. I'm sure the UV community can say what title Nubian Pharaoh should have. Maybe just Pharaoh of Manchester United. Pharaoh of United View. What's Nubian's job title? It's Pharaoh. It's Pharaoh. That's what it is. Pharaoh. Someone, Javed says CFO. Not bad. Kelvin says majority shareholder. Lilio says Nubian Ratcliffe. MAK says Nubian Pharaoh needs an emoji. Well, Josh, if you're watching, which he is, there you go. He's in there straight away. Possible. I like the idea of just the Pharaoh. Just the Pharaoh emoji. When Nubian comes through, just the Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat. In the same way that we go, you know, Sirens in the chat, Kenmoji's in the chat, John Shin's in the chat, Pharaoh's in the chat. Eskimos, that's a good one. CPO, Chief Pharaoh Officer. Chief Pharaoh Officer, Nubian Pharaoh. I like that one, actually. Yes. And but Josh has given the eyeballs emoji, so possibly stay tuned. That one could be coming. That one could be a real thing. So Nubian Pharaoh, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for all of your contributions. And we're working on the emoji, I think. We're working on the job title as well. It's just Danny as well, also with the super chat, says, I know it's early, but I'm optimistic, Owen. Well, that is kind of an optimism, I think, that has been shared a little bit, hasn't it? With quite a few people since the Omar Barada news. And now, you know, you hear more about Omar Barada and you hear more about possible plans that INEOS have as well. There was a bit this morning, actually, just before I went live. Let's see if I can find it. Where was it? I was talking about, again, more sort of INEOS's plans for the future. This came from Pete Hall from, I think that's iSport, isn't it? Either way, saying, despite not being the new CEO, Jean-Claude Blanc will still be part of the Manchester United board and will work alongside Omar Barada, which is something that we had spoken about previously, hadn't we? That was a lot of discussion saying, you know, I thought we were getting Jean-Claude Blanc. Does this mean we're not getting Blanc? Because that was a really strange thing, actually. That was kind of like pushback to the Omar Barada news at the weekend. Going, I thought we're getting Jean-Claude Blanc. How are you celebrating Omar Barada instead of getting Jean-Claude Blanc? And I thought it was fairly straightforward that Jean-Claude Blanc. I mean, it was said from the initial statement, wasn't it, that it was going to be. Oh, look at there's Fleck. Look, it arrived. Flecknology.
Carry on. Act like I'm not here.
Wow.
Carry on.
It was talking about Jean-Claude Blanc saying that it was from the initial press release that he was going to be on the board of directors. So, of course, he's still going to be working alongside Omar Barada as well. And according to Pete Hall, they've said that INEOS's Man United plan is to get a committee on par with Manchester City's in place before going after suitable signings for the squad in the summer when Omar Barada starts, which is kind of actually what I was just talking about before you got here, Flex, saying that you know, this is we're talking about the possible Saudi exits for the likes of Sancho, Antony, Casemiro. But these are all discussions that I guess these new people in place are going to have probably. And I'm sure in the same way that I said yesterday with Omar Barada, when he was in the sort of interview with all of these people, when they asked him about Erik ten Hag, I'm sure he was probably asked about various players as well. Going, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this strategy? What do you think about this player? And it'd be interesting to know if he's already earmarked some names, or INEOS already earmarked some names that they've decided that, yeah, come the summer, probably we're going to have to shift out the door.
Yeah, I think so. I think that bit there, though, about you sort of saying they want to assemble like a committee like City so that by the time they get to the summer to go after signings, that's exactly what needs to happen, because that scattergun approach of, oh, it's all on John Murtough and he ain't got a clue. And then John Murtough goes back to bloody Richard Arnold. Oh, yeah, I'll just sign it off. Yep. Oh, Erik ten Hag said he wants that. Let's just give him it. Like, it's not right. It's not right how it works and how we sign players. Can't keep doing that. So actually, like I think someone else said it as well. This is the best signing. What's happened?
He's done it again. He's done it again.
Nubian Pharaoh.
It said chief Pharaoh officer.
What is going on? What is Pharaoh like? Are you an actual Pharaoh?
This is what I think. This is my thing. Really?
Like mad. Like just insane. Good morning to you. A very good morning to you. An extremely good morning to you. Oh my days. Mad. Insane. It really, really is. I'm just going to make sure my mic again is not doing that stupid thing again. No, it's on maximum. But it's on maximum now. Nubian Pharaoh, big up to you. I've run out of words, bro. I really have. I really, really have. Like, it's insane, the support. Like many others that you're showing for the channel, but obviously with what you're doing on a different level. It was a joke. So big up to Nubian Pharaoh every single damn time. He should buy the club, says Ash. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nubian Pharaoh says, sorry, Ahmed says that Nubian Pharaoh is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Don't understand. Nubian Pharaoh reveal.
that's a strange theory.
Oh, why would it be Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Good Lord, Nubian Pharaoh clearly has all the money. Clearly has oil money. Sorry. Yeah, Nubian Pharaoh, Sheikh Jassim in disguise. I mean, yeah, imagine that. People want to see who Nubian Pharaoh is, but that's part of the. No, you don't get to know. Yeah, it's the mystique. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. It is part of the mystique. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, so big up to Nubian Pharaoh. Thank you so much again, bro. As I was just logging in, I did see earlier on that you put another super chat saying good morning, keep up the good work. So yes, we definitely will, bro. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. As we do, every single person in the chat as well getting involved and everybody getting involved. Actually, just before I carry on.
Oh, there you go. Look, in the chat. Go on. Right now, because minority shareholder at this point, I can confirm there is a Pharaoh emoji. If you're a member of the UV Members Club, there is a Pharaoh emoji right now.
There should be.
It's in there.
There should be a couple.
It's confirmed So Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
You've made
it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, listen. If you're official stakeholder in the channel, that's what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That is
Get added perks.
Yeah, more than added perks. Do you know what I mean? You are one of the faces of the channel. You know what I'm saying? So it is that. But yeah, man, we have to we've got to get shit right. We've got to get shit right. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of me and Avellino yesterday. He was on top form. You know, his name is Omar Days. He's Omar Goodness as well. He's changed. He says, "Flex, what a man! Like, he's an unbelievable man. He loves Sir Dave Brailsford." I've set myself some tasks today. I'm not gonna lie. The way Avellino was going on about Sir Dave Brailsford, right? I swear to you, he's saying people need to do more research on this guy and realize he is best in class at what his job actually is. Because I was pushing back because I was saying, look, it's not cycling, you know, it's football. And he goes, "I'm glad you said that. That's why these people are not in these positions." He is Sir David Brailsford. He changed cycling forever, not because he's good at cycling, because he understands what success is, and he can transfer those things across, like the basics. Okay, this is ridiculous. Maybe this isn't real. Maybe
Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat.
Maybe it's not real. Maybe
Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat. We're not worthy.
all I'm seeing is red everywhere. Red, red, red. He's done it again.
He's done it again. Done it again. They've done it thrice.
Thrice. But wait,
Thrice.
I mean, could Nubian Pharaoh be a female? Is that only a male king? Is that, I don't know. I'm not good at history.
Cleopatra? Was she? I don't know.
Is that Pharaoh? I don't know. Maybe we should do it because whoever this person is deserves us to be correct with our analysis. Because does it mean you need to be a man, or I don't know? A pharaoh could be a woman, right?
But
listen in history.
I dropped it very early, very very early history.
Cleopatra is Greek. Oh right,
was
yeah.
it for me?
Was
she?
I don't know. Greek goddess, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh, yeah. We ain't got a clue. I wasn't good at history.
Queen of Egypt.
Oh. I don't know. Greek, but ain't it part of Greek mythology? I don't know. I'm not good at history. However, Nubian Pharaoh, whether man, woman, or child, has said for the emoji, £100 for the creation of the emojis, and everyone can use it. Nubian Pharaoh's official emoji, which Nubian is very, very happy about, clearly. So big up to you. Insane. Absolutely insane. Andy H says random.
It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
I'm saying it's not real. Nah, this is not real. It's not real. I'm saying it's not real.
I'm gonna die.
No, it's not real. It's not real. This is not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. I'm gonna have to go into the
life story. The life story of Nubian Pharaoh is this is why I love this channel. This is why I love these shows. Like, it's escalating. So for the emoji and the messages are getting,
swear all you want now.
The messages are getting smaller as well. Just I'm a man.
I can't. What? Owen's gone. Owen's gone. He needs to get some water. Nubian, you're mashing up the thing in the best way. Like, what's happening? Who are you? What's like, bro? I'm a man as well. Big up to you, bro. Like, well, I don't know what to say. Like,
didn't need just to be a comment in the chat. Could have, you just need to confirm I'm a man.
No, but like, I'm just so grateful. I'm just like, please don't feel you have to keep doing it. Like, this is just, we're just so really grateful for this. Like, I don't even know. Like,
I've never seen anything like it.
And to the point where I'm not being rude, Nubian and Pharaoh, but like, when I say, like, I don't know if this is real, I ain't just trying to, but like, I'm thinking maybe it's just not real though. Like,
Pharaoh's in the chat. Pharaoh's in the chat.
It's mad. I'm just speechless, bro. Like, I can't. Do you know what? Because you know what I mean, I don't know if it's real. Is it real? Is this a glitch in this? Is this? I don't know. But even just the gesture, whether the money's real or not, for someone to just support on that level, like, really appreciate it. Daniel Luciano says at £100, £100 for every pyramid. I don't know how many pyramids there was, so I'm not getting into that. But yes, I was on Andy H. He says, random thought, but I think Rashford is going to kick on now Sancho has left. As much as he loves the club, it's hard when you see your boy ostracized. So you think because he can see that he's happy, and when he's talking to him, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm doing well in Dortmund, I'm really happy, that will make Rashford happy again. I don't know. I hope it's as easy as that, but I don't.
I think, frankly, it could do the opposite, couldn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, look how happy he is, man. You should never have treated him like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh, Flex, I don't
think we've done any news. My head's scrambled.
I don't know what to talk about. Should we play a clip from UV Raw?
Yeah.
So we can collect ourselves.
We've got a lot of new members, so yeah.
As to what's going on.
Let's take a little quick commercial ad break.
Yeah, I know. So a new episode of UV Raw came out last night because they've got so many new members. The other day we got like 70 in one stream. It was a madness. So you would have seen last night's episode of UV Raw. It's the Flex mackerel incident. Now, I'm annoyed now because I didn't do the clip from actually Flex eating the mackerel because there was too much swearing in it. I thought, there's just no way we can play that this morning. So I've got a clip from there's a lot of swearing in it as well. All kinds of words. But we've got a clip from later on. So after the Flex mackerel incident, KG wanted to eat his soup. Unfortunately for KG, he had nowhere to eat his soup. So he resorted in eating it off this. Take a look.
What, you don't have to do that? That's what I mean.
No, look.
This was just one.
Eat your soup again. Eat your soup again. Look how close his head is to it. Look how close his head is to it.
This is what just once. You don't want no one eating in the effing studio. You don't want no one eating in there. Yeah, and I respect Josh's rules when he's here, and this is why I'm doing this. But then Josh is allowed to be an hour and a half late.
I'm not allowed to be an hour and a half late.
I just can't.
I take accountability.
I just look at. Don't you feel bad about this? Just look.
No. You can't get the spoon from there to there.
He was saying that about anyone looking at him, and I started laughing and pointing at him, and he gave me a look as if saying, "What?"
No, I've done it so many times.
But I don't understand how you can't get the spoon from there to your mouth without dropping it.
Josh, I should be able to lean forward, bro. I'm restricted, bro.
I don't understand. Why did we invent spoons if our heads need to be in the bowl to eat, fam?
But I'm saying they've got me get closer.
Oh, that's your problem, not mine.
No, he's left it. He's got his head sideways.
Hey, you remember? Yeah. I might have to edit this in. You remember, yeah, a cartoon, yeah, on Cartoon Network called What a Cartoon, where their heads were so big that they had to stick with a wheel to carry themselves around and they couldn't do anything. And the sticks broke and then bro, that was like, your head's too big, you can't.
Wait, I'm really having problems.
Yeah. Because this isn't a bit. He's actually eating like this.
Oh man.
And they're both too hot to carry it, so
he's 3 little bears.
No, that was funny.
Josh, you need to get some facilities. We need a little table out here.
I'm not composed. I'm not composed at all.
Well, I tell you what, KG saying we need to get some facilities and a table. I tell you what, I'm going to get straight to IKEA now because of Nubian Pharaoh. I'm going to get a table to be able to go eat our food on.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Nubian Pharaoh says, I am real and the money is real.
We need to do something. We need to get like a pyramid and put it in the studio. Some kind of small pyramid.
We have to mark this.
So it's back, but in one of the shots, you know what I mean? Something like that. Oh, unbelievable.
It's just I'm just humbled, man. Like I don't know. Like, you know, like not to get too like soppy, like you don't come from like backgrounds but where you just get loads of stuff. I don't know. Like it just feels really humbling. I don't know. Like it just feels inside. I'm actually very rarely you don't see me on this channel. Or me in general, and Owen as well. He's fucking needed to drink. You don't see us lost for words, but I swear to you, like it's proper. Like Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is like, because it's one thing like sort of doing the odd sort of thing here or there, which is amazing, which everybody who contributes to the channel in their own special way, like, does it. But to like do that is like almost like sponsoring us without sponsoring us. Like,
Yeah.
so that means that like I'm just, yeah. Ed says officially name change, Nubian View. Like, yeah, whatever you want, bro. I'll change it to whatever you want. If you want to call it just the Nubian, it's up to you. Like, just drop the view if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I really do appreciate it. It is yeah, great.
It does make a difference. Absolutely, it does.
100%. Like, it does. Like, from people smashing a like on the video to people subscribing to people putting comments in the comment boxes. All these things help.
Yeah,
like, people becoming members, staying members.
Yeah.
People who do this, like, it just, on a serious, it just like puts, because you know, you just think like, oh, how comes like we deserve this? Like, it's mad. Like, it's not automatic. And like, for people to just gravitate towards an idea that I had, and it can be this, and everyone's just, and I don't know, it just feels really heartwarming, to be honest. I didn't think I'd be saying this at 9:35 in the morning, getting a bit soppy, but like, yeah, you just think, flipping heck, like, this thing's actually like a real thing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, there you go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, change the Stretford end to Nubian end, says Kelvin. Yeah. Produced by Palmeiras says, last full day in Egypt. Yes, bro, big up, because when you get back as well, we'll get that package sent out to you as well. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet the Pharaoh himself. Shake my head. Big up to the community. Best channel on YouTube by far. Appreciate you. And Stafford says, FFP coming for the Pharaoh. Be careful. Yeah, PSR, mate. Profit and sustainability rules. PSR now, mate. Yeah, it's all about PSR. So be careful, Nubian. Maybe you should ease back on splashing. They're going to come looking. They're going to put us under 115 charges. I don't want that.
No, we don't.
I don't want that. Owen, what news is, what's happening? I've lost everything. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
So there was a bit about a possible swap deal for Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Denzel Dumfries. I don't think there's anything in this, but nevertheless came from the Sun. So take it with a pinch of salt, as large as Andre the Giant. It said that Manchester United have turned down an attempt from Inter Milan to land Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The Italian Giants have offered Dutch wingback Denzel Dumfries in a shock swap deal, but United are not interested. Inter's decision to offer Dumfries, who has played 18 times this term, is still a surprise. Dumfries, 27, remains one of the best attacking right-backs in Serie A, and he also has created a string of chances for Filippo Inzaghi's team. Yet his contract with Milan will expire in June 2025, and he could still leave in the summer. He is involved in a contract standoff as he wants £80,000 a week, but Inter are only offering about £35,000 a week.
Bloody hell, 35 grand a week.
I mean, to be honest, if we had a player, if we had a player that went, I want 80, we'd be like, I'll tell you what's pretty cheap.
Brandon Williams is still on more than that, probably on loan at Ipswich. Do you know how? Wait there, bro. 35 grand a week. And this is what they're saying. Like, when people exactly 80k, that's cheap for a starting right back. Like, this is the difference between like the financial ruins that happen in Serie A, you know, and in Spain or whatever. And it's like the money that United get. There's players at Bournemouth that will be on more than Dominic Solanke will be on more than 30k a week. Eze will be on more than 30k a week. Easy. You know what I mean? Flipping, what's his name? Andre Ayew would be Jordan Ayew. So he's the one who plays for Palace. Jordan Ayew. Andre Ayew. I get confused. Jordan Ayew is the one who plays for. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? The players, you know what I mean? Young Lewis Miley probably at New. Well, actually, he hasn't signed a new deal yet. But you get my drift. Like, it's mad. They're offering him 35 grand. Yet Leslie said United would give him 150. If we signed Denzel Dumfries in the summer, you got 1 year left. He's currently on what? They want to give him 35. So what's he on now?
It says that he wants 80. They're only offering about 35.
So what's he on now? 20, 25?
I'll have a look.
Nah, that can't be. Oh my days. That can't be. Because if they only offered him 35 to sign a new deal, he must be on like 25. Seriously. Yeah, Lamptey would be on more than that at Brighton. Like, What is going on? 25k a week at Inter. Wow, that just shows you. Owen's looking very confused.
Yeah, because of these websites, they just don't give you the information. Do they? You have to scroll down.
Yeah, but either way, if they're offering 35 and he wants 80, even if he wanted 80, we'll be like, they're the sort of contracts we should be having for us starting.
It says that he's on like just over 50.
So they're trying to.
He's trying to bring him down. Well, I guess the point is, if they've got FFP problems, they might legitimately be trying to whittle him down. We're doing the same, with certain players.
Yeah, reduce. So if you want to stay, you have to be on less.
They might be saying, "Look, we're in a bit of trouble. So if we're gonna have to come down," and he's going, "I want 80," and they're going, "We're miles apart. 'Cause we're thinking of bumping you down." Actually, to be honest.
Wow, that's insane, man. That's crazy.
But the question is, Flex, would you?
Yes.
I mean, that it doesn't. I don't think there's anything in this story, to be honest with you. But would you take a swap, Wan-Bissaka, Dumfries? Is he an upgrade on what we've got in terms of Dalot and Wan-Bissaka right
good.
now?
Do you know what it is? I've never been in a position with Wan-Bissaka with a player before, where like he just offers something so unique that like. I know it's kind of selfish, but I think if anyone's going to be a squad player, or should be in the ranks, so that when you need to call upon that type of skill set, I think it should be someone like Wan-Bissaka, because in Wan-Bissaka, I know this sounds crazy because you talk about like him on the ball and but deep down we do need better in terms of starting, etc. Okay, cool. I can deep down in my heart say deep down we might need better, and I love Wan-Bissaka. I think he's he's a great guy. And he's got a great unique skill set. But if you're talking about someone to like come in and like do a specific job, I don't think there's many right backs that can come in and do it better than him in terms of that one game or this batch of games where you might need that skill set. That's why I've always been like, and I get what Mel's saying. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has no offensive skills. Like I get it. We need better, but that's why I'm thinking he can be in my squad though. Like, I kind of want him to be in the squad, and then we get a better starting right back. But then Dalot's starting to do all right, and hopefully, maybe we start to see what he's made of. I just
interested as well, as Free Gold says here. Why would Aaron Wan-Bissaka be happy with 35k a week? Because if he's going to get more than that, going back to Palace. So if it's swapped, this is why you sort of go, there's nothing in it. Because why? When you do think logically about it, you go, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is currently on, I think it's like 90k a week, around close to 100.
Yeah, close to 100.
And so they're in the standoff with Dumfries of like, this guy's around 50, if those numbers are accurate. We want to get him down to 35. He wants 80. So they go, right, let's swap him for a guy that's on a higher wage at United. Like, of course, that's not going to happen. But I think the conversation around, right backs come the summer, that's an interesting conversation because that will be a conversation that'll be had because he's got a year left on his contract, right? So
we'll have to sell him. We've got to sell unless we give him a new deal.
Always involved in some kind of transfer.
Swap, way,
the Elise thing. But either way, if we were to, for instance, say that Elise thing did happen and we get him and he's involved in that, we still then have to get another right back because we're then one right.
We need another right back. Yeah. Exactly.
So, and it's just, as you point out, it is interesting how that whole thing has kind of played out between Wan-Bissaka and Dalot, because whenever you have this conversation, it's sort of, you go, well, defensively, who's better? You go, well, Wan-Bissaka is much better defensively. Going forward, who's better? You would say Dalot, because he scores more. He scores more goals, Yeah.
Like just on the ball and how he takes the ball.
He's more of a
how
culture
he is on both
right
feet.
Back.
He can switch the ball,
and he can play left and right.
Yeah, I'm not going to discredit Dalot like that. He's head and shoulders above Dalot. Like,
so if you were going to make the decision to say, like, you, and this is why I still say both of them, we can do much better. I don't know if you win titles consistently with Diogo Dalot at right back.
But do you think? Well,
I think he's a good squad utility player, though.
Who Dalot? Yeah, play left back.
So, but I mean, as you're like bona fide, let's put our best team out right back, Diogo Dalot. I go, I'd rather it have you have, and I don't know who this person is, so don't ask me.
Yeah.
Right, but I'd rather you go. I tell you what, that person, they're right back, and then Dalot. It points to the season when injuries happen or lots of games happen. You go, Dalot comes in, no problem.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Dallo can come in at left. Dallo
Yeah.
can come in at left back, no problem. Dallo can probably play centre back as well. Let's be honest, he's that cultured of a player. Go, yeah, no problem, comfortable on the ball. So that's where Wan-Bissaka comes out because you go. I mean, Wan-Bissaka the other day.
He's the least versatile out. Yeah.
You know, and when he played at left back the other day, everyone went, "What is going on?" But in fairness, Luke Shaw dropped out like day off. But my point being is, we can still do better, and I still do think that'll
left
be
back last game. By the way, he did all right.
There'll still be a conversation though about okay, who's that right back
better.
of like we need better, yeah.
So I didn't think of it that way actually. That Dallo can be the utility man. Dallo is the one who can do across the
everywhere.
And that whole inverted, the way Ten Hag wants to play with Dallo, it's actually suited Dallo. He's scoring a few goals. He's getting shots. You know, he's hit the post against Forest. Like he's more by doing this role, this inverted role, that he is bringing out the best in him, and he is getting some consistency. I give him that.
And he's got a goal in him.
He does have a goal in him when a lot of our forwards don't. Yeah, I think actually if that was to happen, and look, they gave Dallo the 6th year, didn't they? They gave him a 5-year deal with a bloody extension for a 6th. So we know what they think about Dallo. You know what I mean? Dallo, they want, and actually Dallo, to be fair to him, again, because it's easy to be short-sightedness or just remember the bad bits. You know, Dallo pre-World Cup, we were going, yes, this is the one we want. Injured, Wan-Bissaka comes in, we're like, bloody hell, fair play. This is the guy we want. And then, even though the team hasn't been good, Dallo's been aggressive, winning the defensive side of his game and being aggressive and powerful. And he's not getting done and spun and getting done in 1v1s. And he actually is winning his duels. He is looking like, the more I'm seeing him in the recent form of himself.
I can say, yeah, sometimes he can have a game where he goes, oof, I'll tell you what.
Of course. But so does Wan-Bissaka. Sometimes ball still goes over his head to the back post. Like, he's not perfect. So Dallo is better than Wan-Bissaka. He is.
I think if you were building a squad, you know, that you wanted to challenge, like I said, I don't know if you'd build a squad and you'd be like, Diogo Dallo, he's the number one right back that we play every single game. You can do better, but I think as a squad utility player, and managers like him, don't they? They like that player that you can plug into any single gap. He talks all of these different languages as well. He knits up the team quite nicely. And he's been at United for a while now, hasn't he? Let's face it.
Has OJ got a point there?
But an argument can be made that Dallo is less than... In what? If we're talking in terms of,
I think he means just over. I think he means just
in general
what you're going to get. Like when you play the player, what you're going to get. But I think because Wan-Bissaka just keeps things simple, so you do know what you're going to get. He ain't going to try nothing.
Wan-Bissaka's consistent in the sense of if you've got a big game and that's got a strong winger, then you'd rather him play that game because you go, well, I fancy him to win that battle more than Dallo does. But an argument
even now, isn't it?
But yeah, even now, and that's why I say I don't think you win titles or big trophies with Diogo Dallo in those big games that really matter. But then there's an argument could be said that Dallo could be more consistent than Wan-Bissaka because he can slot in any position, play more games, and play more regularly as well. I mean, Wan-Bissaka last season, that first half of last season, he had a terrible time with injuries as well, didn't he? A really terrible time of injury. I just think that
in and out, yeah.
You know, and he's had injuries this year. So is everyone, in fairness. I just think it depends what you define consistency
Is the problem
as.
Is the problem that?
They're both average. That's why I say we could do better. We can do better. In the same way that I think,
isn't it?
Yeah, the same way I think. I don't think you win a. You know, we're talking about Wan-Bissaka's defensive qualities, and he's great with one-on-ones and duels. I still don't think you win trophies with Wan-Bissaka as consistent trophies. I know people go, Carabao Cup and stuff. I mean, like, you know, Premier League titles,
big ones.
Champions Leagues, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't think that happens. Maybe in the sense of, and this is the thing with Wan-Bissaka though, and this is what people push back on. They go, but when you do get to sort of bigger one-off games, it's where Wan-Bissaka is quite useful as well, because in those big games,
that's what I mean,
like when we play Brighton in semi-final, you go, say what, you need to go against Matoma. I don't want to have
Man United when Man United get to where we want to get to, I want to say, we're playing Real Madrid. You go. Oh, you can't just say lock up Vinicius, but you go and play on him, and I'm comfortable that there's going to be limited joy there. I mean, look, Vinicius even cut in Kyle Walker in the fucking last year and scored. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain players you can't just say you can't do nothing. They're world class. But do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we do need to think bigger than that, than just trying to stop the opposition. And I do agree with that. That's why I've changed my position on Trent. I really have. Like, I like taking my Man United hat off. Like, I know people say, "Oh, he's shit, he can't defend and stuff like that." But when you deep it, he's so good at all the other things. If you're the manager, it's your job to get that team on the front foot, so that is your biggest weapon or one of. Where the other team's thinking, "Shit, you cannot let Trent go in there." And because he's just going to rin that's the job of the manager.
He's just an anomaly, isn't he? Because
it
is funny because the majority of goals they do concede Liverpool, you can trace back to him most of the time.
But Liverpool are top of the league.
Exactly.
And since Trent's been in there, they've always been, apart from last season where they had a rebuild, they've always been up there. So really what we're saying doesn't really... Would you rather be... I know this is going to sound awful with United channel. Obviously, we don't want to be Liverpool. We hate Liverpool. But I'm saying, would much rather be in their position than ours.
Well,
You'd much rather be like, Man United's right back. I'll tell you, he's a bit suspect. Mate, we're pretty much challenging all the time.
This is what people will point out with systems. And this is when they'll go, well, that's when last year, why did they struggle like Liverpool? They had obviously injury issues, but their midfield was so exposed that Trent became exposed. And then you concede goals because that's the way to score goals against Liverpool.
System. Yeah,
exactly. So if you have a better midfield that protects players and allows them to do the best things, that allows them to extenuate their positives, then you're going to succeed. And then maybe that's what people will say about United this season when they'll say, 100%. Well, the midfield's so open, so your full-backs, whoever playing, they can't be successful. They can't even invert that much. Or the centre-backs, someone said to me with the criticism of Onana, he's not playing out from the back as much because a lot of the players can't do it, so you've got to go long again. So it kind of changes what happens. But my point being is that it's sort of a domino effect, isn't it? One thing fails and then something else fails as well.
And when you look at a load of players, and this is what I'm saying about like when people go like our players are shit and whatever, I get like with certain players it's absolutely true. But like you said, this is where it comes on the manager and the manager's job to make the system. Because if you took Nathan Ake out of City, like Nathan Ake is like one of City's most consistent when he plays. Like he's been, oh my God, look at Nathan Ake. Let's not really gas him. He's not amazing.
If you dropped him in our side, he'd really struggle.
If you put Nathan Ake in our side, would he drag us through the mud? Would he be this talisman? No. Akanji, if you put him in our team, what would happen if you just put Akanji right now in our centre, as our team is right now, with the big gaps in midfield? He's not going to be amazing. All of a sudden, we keep loads of clean sheets because we've got Akanji. The same way if you put Trent right back in our team right now, yes, there'll be a couple free kicks. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he scored a free kick or from corners would never hit the first man anymore. Like there'll be good deliveries and he'll do some things that were like bloody hell. But like
he'd get so exposed.
It'd get exposed. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Nah, flex. Aki is still a player, man. Can't do that. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Like Fear. But what I'm saying is like he wouldn't come in like if you took him out of a City and put him in loads of teams. Like if the system wasn't amazing, like he couldn't stand up alone and do what he does alone. Like not many players can do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So
well, you look at any great defense, left back, right back, centre backs, they can be the best defenders in the world. But if they're constantly just wave after wave of attack coming at them, there's only so much they can do. There's only so much you can do. Like so that is when you get into the territory of the system. And like I said, Liverpool last season are a great example of that.
It's just that he says that Wan-Bissaka is the kind of man to sleep on the floor. Do you mean like just to be grateful to get to sleep? Just keep it simple. Just go sleep on the floor. I don't know what you mean by that, but it just made me laugh. Yeah. But yeah.
But with the vote, by the way, there was a poll in the chat saying, would you take the Wan-Bissaka Dumfries swap deal? And it's pretty close. Yes.
52% say no.
Yeah. Yes, say 48%. No, say 52%, which is quite interesting.
That is really tight. That is really tight. Just checking that we missed INEOS plans committee to power Man City play. Right, we spoke about that already. Yeah. Have we missed anything?
Well, also Mike Phelan myself is in the chat and says disgraceful likes. Yes, Josh Media says I agree, Mike, because they're different people, obviously.
Yes, absolutely.
So God, he's got too much time on his hands.
Yeah. We'd like to get double of that. We'd like to get 500 at least.
We're currently at over 1,000 people watching, 266 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button as well. Be sure to subscribe.
And while I have your attention, as you can see here, cracks only. There you go. Video. I know Owen did it at the beginning, but video is brought to you by Cracks Only. Their merch. I've gone to the studio to get it now. It's coming from America. Listen, I haven't got the bag in here right now. Alfredo's plugged me. Some of the stuff, all of the stuff, is top notch, and we're going to be showcasing some of that throughout the rest of the week as well. So shouts out to Alfredo. Link is in the video description below to get all of your Cracks Only stuff. Whether you play or you don't play football, there is something for everybody. The streetwear stuff, like what I've got on now, really good, thick, nice hoodies. They've got tracksuits. They've got big, massive puffer jackets for the winter. They're not just on LA weather. Nice. I said, Alfredo, I said, bro, I know you're living the life out there in LA, but over here right now, it ain't that. So they got something for everyone. And of course, if you are going on holiday, you need your short sets, you need vests, tops, etc., all your compression stuff, your grip socks for football, boot bags, backpacks. Oh, and where's yours? Oh yeah, well, maybe there are some goodies in there for Owen. Who knows? Yeah, exactly. So yes, we will be making sure Owen is getting his as well. So yes, big up to everyone in the chat. I mean, it's an understatement to say big up to Nubian Pharaoh. It really is. But
who's a man?
Insane. Yeah, who's a man? We have learnt a lot,
and the money is real.
And the money is real. Not even 450 likes, mad. Yeah, guys, even just for Nubian Pharaoh, can we get to? I know it's a lot, but I know we're probably not going to be able to get to 500 in such a short space of time because we're finishing the stream now. But just if you haven't, just see how much just for Nubian Pharaoh, because what a person, what a guy, unbelievable. So please smash a like on the video on the way out as well.
What's on tap for the remainder of the day, Flex?
Yes, FIFA 12:30. I'm going to ring KG after this to make sure he can do 12:30. But that is what's on the menu. I done a solo stream last week, which was quite fun. I'm in too easy a league. I got slapped once by Bayern Leverkusen, which I knew before the game.
That was funny because Flex, I mean, if you go back and watch it, Flex was very arrogant very quickly. He was going, who's KG? KG's holding me back. Who's KG? And then literally Bayern Leverkusen went up. He went, I think they might be good. And then what did you lose? Was it like 4-0 or something like that?
Yeah, I got battered. Absolutely.
4-0 4-0 he went, I knew he was good.
Yeah. I didn't go mad. You just got to take your licks. You know what I mean? When you're on your way up through the leagues, you come across some people who shouldn't be in there also. And they give you licks. Yeah. But yes, 12:30 and then 6 p.m. tonight, Flex and KG show as well. So yes, I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. Exactly.
No, I mean I'm doing this because Nubian Ferris just finished it off. Get the likes up.
It's a light 20. Just a light 20 on the way out. Let's have that. A light 20.
Get the likes up.
Yeah. You heard what he said, people. Nubian Ferris speaking. Get yourself something nice.
Yeah, get the likes up.
Take it out. You know, take it out, yeah.
Pull the clip out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, the clip. Oh, old school. Yeah. If someone licks their finger to get cash, different person. Different person. That there, clip means money.
Yeah, get the lights up. Get the lights up, mate. Nice one. Pat you on the back as they walk past you. Get your lights up, mate.
and don't even stay around to see if the lights have gone up.
No.
It's just different. Ash has a light score.
That's true, actually. Someone said mod Nubian Pharaoh. That is true.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Nubian Pharaoh strikes me as the man who probably don't even want that responsibility.
Well, he's got it now. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Big up to Nubian Pharaoh. I'd love to know who it is one day. Imagine.
One day.
Yeah. Have we read out all the other super chats? I think we have. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. Okay, there you go. Guys, we'll see you in a couple of hours. See you in a couple of hours. And actually, another video coming out, around...
coming out today? Or is it coming out tomorrow?
No, but I mean, it's coming up, like, just in general cooking in the pipeline to learn a little bit more about Mr. Omar. So, Omar Barada. So watch out for that as well. That's coming your way very, very soon. Anyway, guys, we're out of here. Take care. Peace.